Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to do the MIDI orchestration project in Soundtrap. So as a reminder, you need to use the link I sent you earlier in the year to log into Soundtrap through the Music First Classroom. And if you don't remember your username or password, just send me an email and I will help you out. So I'm going to click Login, and then I'm going to go to the Software tab and choose Soundtrap. Next, I'm going to click Enter Studio. And I'm going to make a music project. So we're all set for a music project now, but we need a file to work with. So I'm going to open a new tab and just search for MIDI files. A lot of websites will pop up where you can find free MIDI files. I'm going to go to midiworld.com. And I'm going to click on the Files tab. Now we can see a bunch of songs here, and what these are MIDI files. So people have gone through and listened to the original recordings of these songs, like Bohemian Rhapsody or the theme from Jurassic Park, and they have recreated those songs with MIDI instruments in a DAW. Then they've exported the MIDI files and uploaded them to this website, and you can use them for free for personal use or educational use. But you can't really claim that you wrote the songs or use them in a professional portfolio. We're just going to use them for class for fun. So I actually already have the file I want to work with, which is Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. And so I'm going to go back to Soundtrap and choose Import File. This box pops up and I can already see my file. There it is on my desktop. Yours might be in your Downloads folder or wherever you put it. And I'm going to click Open. And Soundtrap imports the file, and you can see that it is actually 8 tracks. And Soundtrap has gone ahead and analyzed those tracks and put instruments that it thinks we might want in those tracks. So for instance, this bottom track here, if I solo it, Soundtrap thinks it's a drum track and it has added a drum set. Let's see if it worked. Pretty good, pretty accurate. All right. On the other hand, if we look at the top track, this will be the lead vocal track for the song, the part Michael Jackson would sing. And if I solo that, I can see the Soundtrap has put a string section with it. Let's see how that sounds. I mean, that's okay, it works, but it could be better. So I want to change that sound. So I'm going to click on the icon here at the track header, and I can see the library here. I'm going to click on that, and I can see all the other options I have. And I'm going to go to maybe synths, and then choose from a subcategory leads. Leads are what would usually play a melody. And I'm just going to choose one of these leads in here, and maybe it will make a better instrument sound than the string section. I'm going to choose blind lead. Double click it to load it up. And now we can listen to that. It's very different. I kind of like that. I'm going to keep it for now. If I want to sculpt the sound a little further, I have these knobs I can use. For instance, if I want to cut off the high frequencies in the sound, I can use this high cut knob. If I want to add more effects, I can click the Effects button and then go to Add Effect and go to the Effects Gallery. I could also adjust the amp properties here, a little EQ, bass treble action, add some reverb, panning, volume, etc. Basically similar controls to what's out here. Now that I know that this is the main melody, I'm going to rename the track by clicking on the 3 dots and choosing Rename. And I'm going to call this Lead Melody. Down here, we're on this drum track where it says Clean Black, because that's the name of the drum kit. I'm going to click the 3 dots and choose Rename and rename it Drums. And I don't have to keep that same kit. I can click the drum icon click the kits box here and choose from different kits. Maybe I would rather have clean red. I don't know. Let's try it and see. All right, so your job will be to go through these tracks one at a time and listen to them, and then choose an appropriate sound for that track and rename the track to identify, what the track is supposed to be. Like maybe this is some kind of background melody or counter melody or something. If I can type. Whatever. Okay, and you don't have to use the Billie Jean file. You can use whatever MIDI file you want. Your MIDI file needs to be at least 8 tracks when you import it. It's really hard to tell how many tracks there are on some of the files, so just import it. If it's less than 8, choose a different one. If it's like 100 tracks, you don't have to do all of them. I would choose a smaller song. After you're done with everything, you're going to save it. You're going to go to File, Export the project as an MP3, and after it mixes, then you're going to email that MP3 to me. You also need to email me screenshots. So I would take a screenshot of this, however you can. Please don't take a picture with your phone of the screen. Take an actual screenshot. And you can do that on a Windows, a Mac computer, or a Chromebook. You just have to look up the key command for your particular computer. On a Mac, it is Shift Command 3. I also want to see some of your instruments. So for instance, this lead melody, I'm just going to click the icon and bring it up. I can see it says blind lead there. I can see some of the controls. Screenshot that. I don't need to see everything. I just need to see enough to be able to evaluate your project.